minions on this wave, but it looks like Native want to go for this. Here comes the Shock Blast coming out from Red. And I think that is enough for Team Fish Taco to deter a trade for now. But here comes Fnatic. There are no minions under the tower, so it is very risky. But they've already taken down Winter, and Fnatic gets out safely with the Arctic Assault. Dardoch and COMP9 are here to try and take down the Sejuani, but Message is looking to try and follow as well. They get one pick onto the Sedge, but another kill over the way of Native. Winter is 0-3. Not a great start for the support of Team Fish Taco.
Grapes, it went to EU Red. Now 1-0 on the Zeri. The carry is starting to come online, now equalizing the kill score between him and Scoop. Having a bit of a CS lead, so it's not a complete disaster for TFT, and honestly, the lead stays pretty stagnant.
It's actually pretty impressive for Red to be up a CS in this matchup, despite having the disadvantageous lane with the melee support up against the Lulu. And also just being pushed into multiple times, has been able to work on a pretty significant lead. And Rhino and Fnatic still going in onto Winter, who has not hit level 6 just yet. Meanwhile, top lane solo kill for Allorim as Messages cleans up on the other side.
Okay, I did not have that. Dragons that Native has are going to be pretty impactful, especially with Infernal Soul being the one on the board. It's going to start to force Team Fish Taco to fight when they might not necessarily want to. Shocky has moved over to mid. They're flashing in.
There comes the stun as well. COMP9 is just so dead. Another easy kill for Messages and the rest of Native. And now Team Fish Taco going to try to fight on the other side. Red popping the lightning crash, forcing the flash out of Scoop. But here comes the rest of the bullets. Into the back of the Sivir. That's another kill. Goes the way of TFT. Rhino has the level 6, so will be a little bit more vulnerable, durable, but not going to want to chase in onto Rhino. The takeaway of the blast cone, and Native still have the health advantage, which means they can continue to push in onto the Drake.
Winter able to get out. They didn't see him. Team Fish Taco, they're going to try to re-engage this. Remember, this is Soul, as you just said. Red is so low. He does have Flash. So does COMP9. That is critical. TP coming back in from Allorim to be full HP.
It is still the numbers advantage.
How do you manage this? Shocky's up
at 8. There comes the body slam. Allorim might have won the fight for TFT. That is 2 kills going down. Fnatic and Rhino dead.
Can he do it?
Right. But the health bars are still in favor of Native. Here comes the teleport in from Shocky. Has the Gwen. They're
so low.
Here. And it doesn't look like they want to turn on to this TFT. They're in so much trouble here. The health bars are low, but they have to fight for this Drake. What can Shocky find? Can he get in onto the backline with the needlework? The first proc has been popped. Here comes the rest of the team. They're trying to lock down this Gwen. The Dragon gets secured by Taco, but Native will pick up 2 kills in response. Scoop will fall on the backside, but it's still a win regardless for TFT. They get the kills and they prevent
Top River. They're the ones threatening towards the Baron. There's no way they start this, right? They've got to just be clearing vision.
There's a TP on Messages, but the damage
is
high. There's a Jace and a Zeri here.
This is crazy.
Try and finish off this objective. Allorim is trying to keep Native away, but they are going to force a 5v5.
No flash on Comp.
Can anybody get into the pit to try and stop this objective from going down? The Shock Blast lands onto Scoops. He's already chunked out pretty low, but watch Messages on the flank. He's going to jump in onto Allorim, but going to get stopped here by the Gragas. They go into the pit. The
2000!
Baron is low. Can Team Fish Taco pick it up? They drop Winter in response, and the Baron goes into their pit. But can Native win? They pick up 1. Everybody is trapped in there. Fish in a barrel to Native Gaming. It's a triple kill for Scoop, and the fight goes so much into Native's favor, they might try to end the game right here. We spotted out if he tries to go for a potential engage.
And now one of the powers that the Udyr does have for this Team Fish Taco composition is any early 3v3s, 4v4s, Udyr will be the strongest champion by a pretty significant margin, I should add, in those sorts of fights.
Yeah.
But there's that gank that you're talking about,
but here comes Fnatic as well. Dardoch is still on the Krugs, has no opportunity to get back in. Fnatic, who is he going to look for? Look at the advance, will be onto Winter. There comes the Bramble Smash. Can Winter buy enough time? The poke was going to come out. Red is going to pick up first blood alongside Winter, and here comes Dardoch as well. The Ghost has been procced. The Empowered ult comes through, and Rhino is going to drop as well. Red will pick up another one with Dardoch, and Scoops has to run for the hills. Not really.
Yeah. My concern, though, for what it's worth, is still, like, who the hell answers this Fiora later in the game? That's the big concern for TFT, but we've already talked about late game concerns. Shocky getting to hope.
Yeah, might not get there if you just end the game really quickly. A nice dodge away with the stun, preventing the riposte from coming through as Dardoch finishes off the kill. But on the bottom side, Native might be in a bit of trouble. This is the bot lane going down almost. The Wild Growth comes in to keep Rhino alive, and Fnatic will dive in under the tower as well. It's a double kill for Scoop, and Native regain control of this game. probably that dragon. Cloud Drake will be spawning in about 50 seconds. That is the sole point for TFT. And it's going to be pretty hard to break this front line. Again, if they decide to stack fully around this bot side, it will be hard for Native to try and
They
get
want to
into
match
the pit.
this.
So instead, they're going to try to split the map open. Rift Herald popped in the top side, but Team Fish Taco trying to follow things up. Here comes the ultimate out of Allorim. It will be blocked by the spell shield, but in comes Dardoch. He's immune for the crowd control, which means Fnatic cannot touch him. And Scoop gets hit up by the root. That will not die just yet. Finally, Allorim will pick him up, and here comes the rest of the DPS. Red has arrived in the fight alongside that final spark from Winter, and I mean 2 kills going the way of TFT.
Really nicely done from Team Fish Taco.
Going to start off this Baron.
They don't want to let Native breathe. They've got great positioning. This is getting absolutely burned, Grapes. Native is here.
DP coming in. Shocky wants to make this a 5 versus 5. The Nature's Grasp only locking out Dardoch, but now Allorim on the backside is big. There comes the Charm. It lands in onto Fnatic, and the jungler for Native is down. Here comes the knock up here. Onto Messages, the main carry in this fight. Scoop has been left untouched. The health bars still remain in favor of Native, but they have the kill, and they have the poke. Can they get more? Scoop gets deleted by the laser, and now Allorim is in on the front side, still soaking up so much damage. The scaling is not here for Native yet, and TFT found a massive angle, and they're going to start this objective up again.
And they're immortal. COMP9 is keeping everybody full HP. Native, I think they actually won the initial engagement by getting the health bar so low, but the overextension scooped. A rare mistake. Gets picked. Team Fish Taco, they're gonna find the Baron, and they're gonna break open game number 2. The map, if you will, and Native, they are getting slingshot back and forth like an old rubber band.
It's still Soul for TFT, which means that Native have to fight this Cloud Dragon. They have priority
Allorim
for
on the
the
side.
moment, but here comes the rest of TFT. They already have popped the Ghost onto Dardoch, and they're looking to go in, but Fnatic might have found a big flank. They try to lock down a member here, but it's still just the 1-for-1. The front line for TFT is not going down, and Red is hitting onto the back line for absolutely no price whatsoever. It is 3 kills going the way of Native. They're going to get the Cloud Soul, and Scoop, you're running the wrong way, buddy. You got to head back to base.
Yeah, Scoop can get spotted on a ward potentially as well. He might actually end up going down. This is a really bad situation, Team Fish Taco. They've got the Baron, they've got the Dragon Soul.
Dodge it. Oh.
Now, Baron will wear off, but either way, I'm sorry. Dardoch, the big boar, the big bear, big boar this game. Either way, doing
one letter.
Big work.
One letter is a difference right there.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, let's see what Native can do. Of course, they have 3 items. There's no Infinity Edge or Navori, though, on the side of Scoop. That might be a bit of a problem, and he's just going to get caught out on the other side. Meanwhile, the base is being broken up by Native. Scoop is going to go down to the big tanky boys on the side of Team Fish Taco. And with that root landing in onto Fnatic, I don't think it's going to be likely that Native can turn this game around. Shocky's still trying to go for a split push, but he might have to TP back to see his world crumble before him. Team Fish Taco trying to finish off this game, trying to send us to a game number 3.
Minions
and
are
I
gone.
think that they're about to do it here. Shocky and Messages have to pull off a miracle with another wave crashing, and it doesn't even matter if there's no creeps because they are just too tanky on the TFT side. That is easily the game going their way, and we are headed to a game number 3. And if not, it will probably just be Fan looking for a response, because you can see the wave pushed up right now for Native. It's a good opportunity for Dardoch to maybe come in, unless the jungler is there for the other side.
And that is a great point that you bring up, Grapes, though, because in all seriousness, you know, Amumu actually has great ganks, but you can't ever go for a gank if Olaf is in the area. You have to know that Olaf's not around before you can make a play, because the 2v2 in any situation would be
maybe
horrible.
I'm wrong.
They actually are going for the invade. Dardoch, remember, likes to clear low on the Olaf, and without the blue buff, doesn't actually have a lot of mana available.
Native is a bit stacked up here, and you can see COMP9 coming in as well. Winter's going to flash forward, and Native want to go in for this aggressive play. Fnatic will flash forward, try to lock down Dardoch on the other side, but it will just be a one-way trip. First blood secured for TFT, but Messages picks one back up on the other side. Not what Native wanted to do in that exchange. It is a double kill over to COMP9.
Grapes, we were sitting here joking about it. They actually did it. They went for the invade. It's a triple for COMP9.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know that COMP9 is pushing out. Messages have been eating Qs left and right. Yeah. And you still decide to go for that play. COMP9 was there first. He's now 3-0. He has a full lost chapter at 4 minutes.
He's got
and
double buffs too.
It is impossible to play this out in the mid lane now for
Fan's
Messages.
dead. Fan is dead if he sees him. my god. Yeah, there's no way you get out of this. You just have
no
flash.
He's gonna actually try to fight this a little bit aggressively as well. Has the Conqueror for a little bit of extra combat stats, and is actually gonna continue to go in. Winter is here as well. The Winter's Bite connects, and the stun is there as well. Fnatic just playing this early game way too aggressive, and there's already 4 kills onto COMP9 Vel'Coz.
Buddy, and try to team fight, but again, you can't ever really fight unless you're one-shotting COMP9, because when the mid laner's 4-0, if he's ever able to free hit, the amount of damage that this guy will put out is just so much more than what anybody else can do. And now it's Dardoch getting in for a gank. Rhino no flash.
Deadly Flourish landing in. Rhino is certainly dead with the concussive blows as well. Just another bad situation for Native Gaming as Red.
Fnatic actually picks it up, but he didn't. It went wide. And the Braum counter gank from Winter was there. Beautifully played by Team Fish Taco. Once again, they are just flexing their muscles in this game.
And now Shockey's in some trouble as well. Procs the world ender, but there comes the ulti and the ignite. That's just another solo kill. It is winning on all angles of the map for TFT.
Grandpa!
Game damage to burst through this front line that TFT has so brilliantly built up for themselves. But you can look at the gold right now, and it's not looking good in that mid lane.
He's 1,000 up on his own jungler, 1,300 up. He's up a whole lost chapter over his lane opponent, who is also one of the richest people on his team. I mean, that is... There's a lot of ways we could say that COMP9 has fed this game, Grapes, but let's just say that COMP9's fed. I mean, let's call it like it is, right?
He's very fed. Very, very fed. Might find an opportunity here. There comes the flash from Fnatic. Might try to redeem some of his past sins, but COMP9 gets away. The bandage toss gets dodged away from, and there comes the Ray once again, zapping Fnatic out of existence.
I mean, it feels like Native Gaming, they go for broke with the engage. Now Rhino is the target.
Gonna be in a whole lot of trouble as well. There comes the Ragnarok. There, the Dredge line not gonna save him from a whole lot. The trap to slow him down a little bit more, and Dardoch will pick up the kill. It is 8-1, 3,500 gold in favor of Team Fish Taco.
Man, this gets to the point in the game where me and my friends in Discord, we're coming up with all the wacky ways we can like find like a really long shot engage. It's like, okay, everyone camp this bush, like this really obscure bush. Maybe they walk by it. Because it feels so impossible for Native to make a play of their own.
There's another free dragon as well. And I think TFT are in a good position to end this one rather quickly, send themselves into the semifinals with the date against Maryville. They don't even want the Drake just yet. They see a very squishy Varus and think that's a good opportunity to try and go in. Nobody can stop COMP9. That is his 6th kill of the game.
It was just such a critical blunder. Grapes, I figured out why this has happened. It was after I said that we both picked Native to be #1 on our ballot, despite TFT being the #1 seed, and TFT was like, wait a minute, no, we got to prove why we were #1 seed and prove Hawk and Grapes wrong.
I think not just Hawk and Grapes. I mean, they have to prove a lot of people wrong. They dropped the game against Tony Top. You know, they were not. They're the 2nd seed coming in. That's why these two teams are matched up. And I mean, making plays like this sure looks good for them. Scooped is dead again, and Native kind of falling apart as we speak. It's really just a tough look out of this team. Looking pretty nice for them right now. I mean, they just have so much control in this game. One of the this is a moment like after that engage by Fnatic that goes awry, like you pause the game in a scrim and say, okay, can we go next? Like we don't want to play this one anymore. Like it's just really, really difficult. Team fighting pieces are still there for Native, but they're just so far behind. I mean, COMP9 is seemingly unstoppable on this Vel'Coz. I mean, maybe you could burst him down, but we saw what happened last time around. When Fnatic comes in, Messages comes in, all the crowd control is there, and still nothing out of the side of Native.
You know, we've talked a lot about the mistakes that Native has made, which I think rightfully so is Rhino can't play the game, but, you know, I want to praise Team Fish Taco because in this series, they have done so much to match everything that Native does. Understanding their win conditions, understanding their limits, what? It's just gonna die.
What?
I don't know what to say to that one, Grapes. I think it's best that we don't acknowledge it because once again, it
actually could look for any of this, and you know we could try to kill Allorim here, find as many picks as we can, but I don't know.
He's fine.
He's gonna die, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But the kill goes
Rhino!
It's just I don't know. That's something, but I don't think it's a lot.
And it's on a Rhino. I mean, that's how this game is going Native, even when they actually do get a play. It's still bad, and Shockey overstaying. Dardoch gonna claim his 4th kill of the game, Graves.
Gold has, you know, hovered around 7,000 for the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
Throw something in there. I mean, if we get to 3 items, which seems rather unlikely at this point.
If we didn't get to 3 items last game, there is no way it happens this game, right? I mean, at that point, I would just be impressed. If
Native can hold on. I mean, they're looking for picks, right? It's something here.
This could be something.
Yeah.
Oh
No! No! Oh, it's this disaster.
That is so upsetting.
Messages is right. It was a really close game all along. We were going to extra innings, and then the Rays score 3 runs in the top of the 10th, and we think it's all over. Like, there's no way the Yankees come back. But then Josh Donaldson comes in, walk-off grand slam, down by 4, so in the bottom of the 10th. So it's possible. There are situations where people can come back from this certain circumstance, but it's gonna, you know, they're gonna need a whole lot of things to go right if you are Native Gaming. This might be a potential angle. You see messages coming in with the teleport, but there's just so much frontline on the Team Fish Taco side. They forced the flash out of COMP9, and Native actually looking to continue to chase forward. Winter and Dardoch are just so menacing, though, and here comes
counter
the
TP
on the other side from Allorim. Fnatic is almost dead before the fight can even go, but they might have found a pick on the red. Shocky gets the shutdown, but nobody can touch COMP9 on the other side. The disintegration rate is a good amount of damage onto the Aatrox, and that's a double kill onto the Olaf of Dardoch. COMP9 goes godlike, and TFT certainly will as well. They are headed to the Baron as it is perfect. Red and Scoop, even on itemization. They both have 2 completed items, their crit amplifier and tier 2 boots. You know, Fnatic is still going to do some damage here. Might find an opportunity in on the COMP9. That is the carry that you need to go for. Messages scoops him under the tier 2, and a big shutdown goes the way of Scoop. Native Gaming might try to turn this game around, but they trade one back. Messages goes down, and Fnatic is going to follow under the turret. It's double kill going over the way of Red. They get the carry. What will they lose off of it?
Well, I mean, it's something. They got the shuffle. COMP9 didn't have the flash, and Fnatic and Messages found the angle. Scooped the 3 items on Azir. Scooped has 4. I mean, the carries, they're online. If there's a will, there's a way. I've seen crazier things. Fan taking the Hex Gate.
Oh, he's spotted, though. He's spotted on a control ward. Cannot go in too far. The Baroned up minions are strong, but the wave clear from Native might be stronger. Mid lane inhibitor is also up. If TFT want to play this out slow, they can go across all of the lanes and just finish off all of the crystals once more. But you can see already, the Soul is doing so much work. One tap onto anybody means so much damage going over.
Here they go.
Looking for an engage. This might be the final fight. The disintegration ray will lock down Rhino, and Shocky is still alive. Fnatic lands a big mummy on the backside, but it is not enough for Native. The shuffle comes in for Messages, but he will certainly fall. Scoop dies as well. It is a double kill for both Red and Dardoch, and Team Fish Taco will prove why they were seeded #1. It is a 4v3, right? But look at how tanky everybody is. Red just has to hit towers, and everybody else can do the rest. Shocky is taken out with the World Ender,
5 seconds.
Winter will lock him down with the Winter's Bite. Dardoch is running under the fountain.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
Shut down. The tower takes down Winter.